Well, it depends on the nature of the guilt. If you feel guilty because you've never confessed those sins to the Lord, and you've never repented of those sins or had a divorce in your heart from those sins, then you ought to feel guilty. And that guilt is meant to drive you back to the Lord, to drive you back to Jesus, to rest in His forgiveness for you. But if you have confessed and repented of sins, sometimes that guilt that you feel isn't really guilt, it's shame. And shame has this sort of corrosive effect. It makes you feel dirty. It makes you feel like what you did changes you so much so that you can't get this sort of filth off of you. And so, again, it comes to remembering the gospel, remembering that when Jesus died for you, He took the stigma, He took all the shame, because all the shame was heaped up on Him. For Him to have undergone the suffering that He endured, the mocking, the scourging, the stripping of His clothes publicly, for Him to have undergone this was to take on shame. And therefore, when He was nailed to the cross for us, He took all of that for us. So now, when we stand before the Lord, we're clean. We're totally clean. And so I think the way you're going to get over some of that guilt, which is really probably shame, is to remember that the Lord welcomes you, the Lord loves you, the Lord has already taken your shame and putting it on Jesus as your substitute.